Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of October 5th, 2025. I will begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Each zodiac sign will have their own video. I've set the intention of this reading to be for your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements, so you're welcome to look at any of them. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here to the channel and watch the video of your choosing. Also keep in mind, this is a collective general reading. That means it is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate, and if that happens, don't get upset. Just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello Virgo, let's see what is your tarot card for the week of October 5th, 2025. You have the King of Swords. What situation in your life is calling you to have logic and clarity? Okay, the King of Swords does hold the Ace of Swords. So why is the King of Swords the tarot card of the week here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? The Four of Wands just wanted to show itself. So it could be in regards to a situation, environment, or connection in your life that at some point you felt was stable, offered you happiness. There's something here you need to get clear about that Four of Wands. Okay, tell me more about this here for Virgo. One more shuffle. Thank you. First card out we have is the Magician, which is your energy, followed by the Fool. Okay, the new beginning. Eight of Cups. There we go. And the Hermit. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. That leaves the Six of Wands, Two of Cups, Eight of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like the ending of whatever this has been for you has already happened. So if you have not experienced an ending quite recently, then I just feel like this isn't your message. And if that's the case, I just encourage you to see some of your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But this is specifically for those of you where you are now on this fresh new chapter of your life. And again, could be career and finance. Maybe you have recently moved, or you're in the process of moving, a process of relocating. For others of you, it could be in regards to love, or maybe even friendships where you have just recently have closed out a connection. So something here in your life closed out, situation, environment, or connection. And I feel like you have been putting in a lot of effort in that Magician energy to start this new chapter of your life, okay? That job ended, I'm going to find a new job, right? Okay, that living situation didn't work out. I'm going to now find a new living situation. That friendship ended, the romantic partnership ended. I'm going to find new partnerships. I'm going to find a new romantic love interest. There's a need here, though, for you to go back, not physically, but mentally and emotionally even, to go back to whatever it was here that you had to walk away from, whether you walked away from it by force or by choice. There's a need here to revisit it. I feel like you need to understand what happened back there. Why is that? Why does Virgo need to know why the Eight of Cups happened? Why does Virgo need to know why the Eight of Cups happens? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Eight of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Death card, and the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. That's interesting. 5 to the 10 now we're on the table. I feel like if I say we, I'm not really part of the Virgo collective, but I'm just for the sake of the reading. I feel like we need to go back and revisit this, because if we don't understand why the ending happened, we could very well repeat what occurred back there. And that would sabotage where you're headed, because you have the potential now in a new beginning to be the Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, which means building a very prosperous future for yourself financially and emotionally, really taking charge of your life, and not just drawing in the good, but creating good for yourself. There's something here about this could potentially be blocked if you're not learning this lesson from the past. What is the lesson from the past? Tell me some of the lessons here for the Virgo collective. Because the Seven of Wands is like the progress forward is blocked. The Death card is like, it's like again, I feel like a roadblock. When I saw the Death card, I thought roadblock. And then we have the Two of Swords, which again is a block. So it's like getting to the ninth cup, because when we leave the Eight of Cups, we presumably are walking towards the ninth, or at least in search of the ninth. That movement forward towards the ninth is blocked. So there's a need here to revisit the Eight. Okay, so now we understand why we have to revisit it. There's something there we need to understand so we don't repeat that mistake or repeat that pattern. Otherwise, it could block or delay abundance in the future. Okay, tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment. Ten of Wands, King of Wands. That's interesting. Bottom of the deck, Three of Swords. Okay. Whatever situation, environment, or connection this was for you back here, there's a need here for you to, like I said, mentally in your minds and emotionally within yourself, there's a need here to go within and really contemplate not just the ending, but what led up to the ending. Excuse me. What led up to the ending? Every single ace there in that Ten of Wands, because they're all presumably 10 aces of wands there. So every wand there that was added to that job environment, to the living environment, the living situation, the friendship, the romantic partnership. There's something here about making the judgment call to review every single one of those wands. What was added externally from other people, what was added internally from yourself. There's something here about seeing that. Like, where did I go wrong in that? What did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? It's not even so much of looking at what the individual did. It's looking at what role did we play in making that situation, environment, or connection so burdensome to the point where it ended and it caused heartache or heartbreak. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this here for Virgo. Yeah, what role did we play in making that situation, environment, or connection so burdensome? Anything else on this? One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Tower, you have the Emperor, and you, oh my God, and you have the Empress, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, Justice. So there's a need here to understand the role we played, or the role you played in that ending, because that's what brings in the partner that you want, whether that is in business, in friendship, or even as a romantic partner. But there's something here about understanding your role. And I think the need for you to understand your role is so you don't repeat that mistake, because this has difficulty coming in if you're going to repeat the same mistakes or the same patterns that you did in the past. Tell me more about the Hermit energy here for Virgo. Tell me more about the Hermit energy here for Virgo. That's what you need to get clarity on. Your role in that ending, or endings. Could be multiple, like why have all your friendships ended? Was there something that you did in all of them? Or a way that you showed up, or a pattern that you exhibited. Tell me more about the Hermit energy. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have the Eight of Swords, bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. So there's something here that you did. Now, I'm not putting 100% of the blame on you with whatever this was. Okay, it would be so wrong for me or anyone else to do that to you. But we do play a role in endings. And it's not just in the ending itself. We play a role in the situations, environments, or connections that end in our lives. We contribute over a span of time to that ending. There's always something that we can learn from it. So we learn how to show up better or be different next time. And so there's something here that it's like you can't see it, or you haven't been able to see it yet, your role in that ending. And I think once you can identify that pattern within yourself, or that trait or something like that, and it could be like, you didn't speak up. I mean, you're ruled by Mercury, but it could very well be you did not speak up. You ignored the red flags. It could be that you did not set up healthy boundaries. It could be that you didn't confront issues when they needed to be confronted. It could be conflict resolution skills. Maybe you have some poor ones. We all do. I'm still learning. I'm 51 years old, you know? So whatever it is, it's just like being able to look back and be honest with yourself and say, yeah, if I could have did that differently, I would have said this differently. I would have reacted differently. I wouldn't have accepted this. You know what I mean? I would have confronted this the first moment I saw it. So there's something like that up until this point, you haven't been able to see it. And it's been a lot easier to blame the other person, which it normally is, right? We're all human. But it's like once you can gain the clarity to see what role you played in it, then you get to show up differently. Then that Ace of Cups comes in, whatever it is here that you've been wanting or waiting for or expecting. Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. This could be a block to emotional as well as financial abundance for you. That repetitive pattern. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I feel like this is what's waiting for you. The Sun, Ten of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Swords, bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. I feel like that is sort of on hold or eluding you until this wound here needs to be healed. I think you are, excuse me, you are ultimately sabotaging your ability to get to this, because there's something here in your life that has ended or recently ended, and you sort of put the blame on the other person. And maybe 99% of it is their faults, right? I'm not judge and jury here, but 1% is yours. And there's something here about looking at that 1%. So think about an ending that you've had in your life that has been quite impactful. Situations, environments, connections, could even be more than one. I had to do this over the course of the last 4 weeks. I'm your cousin sign of Gemini. We're both ruled by Mercury. And it was a little bit of a dark night of a soul to realize where I had gone wrong in some connections. So it's not going to be the easiest thing for you to do. I don't think you're going to come in and out of this in a week's time. But if you wanted to take this as advice, this would be a really good week for you to start, because I feel like this is just waiting to come in. But first, we need to figure out what our role was in this ending so we don't repeat that pattern moving forward. Because the longer we repeat the pattern, the longer this has to wait for us. It's really hard for the universe to bring us Emperor, Empress, the Sun, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, if we at times show up as a page or show up as a knight. So there's something here. In order for us to level up, we need to really go within. Little minor dark night of the soul here needed to see where we went wrong in the past. And again, this would be a great week for you to get some clarity about that and just be honest. Just have an honest conversation with yourself. Journaling may help you to be able to do just that. But that is what I have for you for this week, Virgo. Make sure you check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. But if this is where we part for now, I hope you have a fantastic week. I really do. I know the past year and a half has been hard for you, but I think this is waiting for you just on the other side of this. So take as long as you need to figure this out and work through it. It took me about 4 weeks. It's going to take everyone a different length of time. Give yourself grace during this process, okay? If you like this message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, or maybe you just found it to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.